Hello everyone, welcome to KK4Z. My name is Scott, and today I am at Skidaway State Park near Savannah, Georgia, K-2198. It's a lovely campsite. It's also a very hot campsite today. This is the end of June and it's in the mid-90s, so it's kind of hot. Anyhow, how I got here was interesting. My wife sold some merchandise on the internet and needed it delivered to an address in South Carolina, and she didn't want to pay postage for it, and I said, well, I'll deliver it and I'll go camping. And she agreed, so I got a camping trip out of it. I've already delivered the package, so I'm here. Nice little campsite, kind of open, but suits my needs. Running a typical setup today. I've already made contacts in the Caribbean, England, Spain, and Canada as far as DX, and then made some local stuff too in the 8s, 9s area. So it looks like things are going a little along. Today is pretty much my typical setup. However, my truck is in the back this time instead of the front, and it's just because I have more room. I have more room back here than I do over here, so I just unhitched it and then backed it in. Again, like I said, my setup is rather typical. I'm running the 7300 with the LDG Z11 Pro, a PowerWorks power supply. I do have the box fan, however I turned it off this time just to give you all a break. This is I'm running FT8. This is my Surface Go 2, and I've kind of calmed some of the noise issues I had. I am trying to work towards 10 bands, but down here this weekend it may not be that easy. Bands are kind of weird. My antenna is again one of my favorites. It is the 29-foot random wire attached to it is a 17-foot counterpoise, and this time it is matched with my Chameleon MCOM2 transformer. Bands are bad today. Typically I like to run 25 watts and maybe bump it up to 35 for a contact. Today it seems like it's 35 watts, bump it up to 45 for a to finish a contact. It's a lot of QSB, I think. So anyhow, I'm taking a quick break and I'm going to get back to it. This is my first video short, and what I'll do throughout the activation, this is only a one-nighter, not a two-nighter, is I'll just take some shorts and I'll combine them all into one big video. So that's it. Life is good. It's, like I said, it's hot. I'm gonna go turn the fan back on. Well, good morning, everyone. This is day 2, or could be day 1, depending how you look at it. I got into camp about 3:30 yesterday, and so by the time I got everything set up, it was after 4, and I worked till about 2 o'clock in the morning, give or take. I did get 10 different bands, which was good. Right now I'm working on seeing if I can pick up 10 6 meters, which it's not looking too good. Band conditions over the night were it was okay. Not a lot of DX. I was expecting to work more since I'm on the Atlantic coast, but not a whole lot. Made a pretty good amount of contacts. Stayed on FT8 just because band conditions weren't that good, and but it was good. It's a little cooler this morning. Yesterday and last night it was hot. Man, it was hot. I think mid-90s during the day, and then at night it seemed like it maybe went down to 80 degrees. It was hot, but I worked outside till about probably about 10 o'clock at night, and then I moved operations inside the camper, and I've shown pictures of that, and worked that till 2 o'clock in the morning. I did try to work K7K. That was just not to be. I was too far away with too little power. I typically run, about 35 watts here. And I did try CW. I did try out my new paddles. I think I showed them before. Let me see if I can show them again. Yeah, there they are. I picked up a set of Bengali Adventure paddles, Adventure Duo paddles, and I really, really like them. And I have them configured now. I had a steel base from my POTA paddles, and I had the lightweight base for the Adventure Dual, and they got magnets on the bottom. And when I put the Bengali base on the POTA paddle base, it makes a really solid paddle set. All the weight there just holds them right where they're supposed to be, and they're just a joy to use. I have a ICOM 705 mount on order. It's supposed to get here the end of August, so I'm excited about that. But right now, except for doing something like a soda event, I think that these Adventure Duals are going to be the one paddles that rule them all, because I can do them on my desktop like I do here. I can do them on the 705. I can magnetically attach them to the top of my 7300 or other radio. So it's pretty cool. So this is a nice park. I like all the moss. I think I showed some pictures of that, and it's pretty quiet. Except it's not a good summer. It's not a good summer park because it's hot. Unless you've got one of those RVs where you're inside, that would be one thing. But it was pretty hot here. But like I said earlier, this was a quickie camping trip. I mean, I bought my food and everything. It took me about an hour to get ready to go, and then I had to deliver a package for my wife, so I did that, and I came here. So this is kind of like a really quickie, almost kind of like a radar, but not quite. And so I'm going to stay here probably noon, maybe early afternoon, or when it gets too hot, and then we'll pack up and head home. It's about a 5-hour drive, but it's been a nice experience to be out here. So I hope I had the opportunity to work you. If not, I'll catch you next time. I think I laid out my equipment real quick. It's the 7300 radio running with a Surface Go 2, and then my K4 SWL antenna, which is a 29.5 foot random wire, excuse me, with a 17-foot counterpoise, and it worked real well. I did work into Europe, so I did get into Europe. I did get into the Caribbean. I did get up into Canada. I believe I did get over to the West Coast, so the antenna is still performing well. And when I get back home, of course, I'll do a QSO map, and I'll put it on my blog, which is kkk4z.com if you don't know. And I hope to hear you, hope to work you. You all take care and stay safe.